Once upon a time in ancient India, King Nimi of Videha prepared a great yajna, fire ceremony, to help his people. He invited the wise sage Vashishta to preside over it. Vashishta agreed, but first had to finish performing a very long ceremony for the god Indra. King Nimi waited as long as he could, but his people were needy and the sacrifice was meant to bring rain and blessings. Fearing for their well-being, Nimi eventually went ahead and started the yajna with another sage, Gautama, without telling Vashishta. The sun set on the camp as brave Brahmins chanted, and the fire burned bright for King Nimi's people. The next morning, sage Vashishta rushed back after finishing Indra's sacrifice. In full ceremonial robes, he hurried to Nimi's yajna, only to see sage Gautama already conducting it. Vashishta felt deeply insulted. He stormed to the king's palace, his heart filled with anger. Finding King Nimi sleeping, the sage shouted, "You have shown me no respect and have chosen another priest over me. As punishment, I curse that your body shall become lifeless." Instantly, King Nimi's life force slipped away. His body went cold and still on the bed. King Nimi woke up to horror. He saw the courtiers weeping around his unmoving body. Shocked and confused, he realized Vashishta's curse had struck. His spirit was separated from his body. Rage and pain overwhelmed the king. "How could this happen while I slept?" he cried. In that moment of anger and grief, King Nimi spoke fierce words back at the sage. He cursed, "If my body has become lifeless, then your own body too shall lose life." At that very moment, the mighty sage Vashishta himself felt the power of Nimi's words. By the might of their curses, both king and sage lost their bodies. It was a terrible scene. A great king and a great sage, both struck down by the power of angry words. For a long time, King Nimi's soul drifted free, climbing up to heaven. He spent ages living as a bodiless spirit among the gods. In those quiet, endless days, something wonderful happened. Nimi began to feel a deep peace. Without a body to worry about, he meditated and experienced pure bliss. He felt himself merging with the divine, beyond all worries and pains of ordinary life. Meanwhile, back on earth, King Nimi's people completed the sacrifice and prayed to the gods to bring their beloved king back. The gods and sages heard the people's plea. Indra came to the spot where Nimi's body lay, but the king spoke to them from above. "I am now free of this body's limits. I do not wish to live in flesh again." His people's love moved him, however. He asked the gods for one final boon. "Let me always be with my people, but not as a human with a body. I will live among them in spirit." Touched by his devotion and humility, the gods granted this last wish. The story says that King Nimi's spirit now stays close to his people in a special way, even in each tiny blink of their eyes. The Sanskrit word for the blink of an eye is nimisha, named after King Nimi. In this way, the king remains with his kingdom for all time. Lessons from the tale. Respect and patience. King Nimi meant well for his people, but he acted quickly and angered his mentor. This reminds us that even good intentions should respect others' feelings. Always honor teachers and elders with patience and respect. The power of words. Both king and sage spoke curses in anger and suffered for it. This teaches us that angry words can have big consequences. We should be mindful that harsh words can hurt deeply and change lives. Karma and humility. Even the greatest king and sage could be humbled. In this story, what seemed like a curse led Nimi to a higher understanding. Sometimes hardships teach us to become better and more spiritual people. Selfless service. King Nimi sacrificed his comfort for his people's welfare. His love and duty to his people shine through. True leaders serve others, even at great personal cost. Finding freedom. In the end, Nimi chose spiritual freedom over life's comforts. We learn that the soul is beyond the body, and true freedom comes from peace and humility, not from power or pride. This ancient legend of King Nimi and Sage Vashishta is seldom told, but it holds deep spiritual wisdom. It shows how even mighty rulers and wise teachers must follow dharma, righteousness, and how humility and good hearts finally win out, even in the face of great curses.